I'm the one in paradise. You come to paradise. Don't send me back to Babylon. Don't encourage me to go back to Babylon. I want to come, I want y'all to come to paradise with me, and I want y'all to enjoy this sun.
Rashad McCrory is an entrepreneur and the owner of Africa Cross Culture, a travel company that encourages African Americans to visit the African continent. He was in Ghana when the global pandemic forced borders to close around the world. Instead of going back home to Harlem, New York, he chose to stay in Ghana.
It was no reason for me to go home, and then that's when I began pushing for my family friends to visit me here.
A single man in his early 40s, McCrory has traveled to African countries several times through his travel company, Africa Cross Culture.
What originally brought me to Ghana was I was hosting a tour for some other Black Americans for my travel company, Africa Cross Culture. So it was a group of four. We was in Ghana for 6 March Independence Day. And as the trip started to progress, as we got later into the trip, we started hearing more news about just the coronavirus breaking out at home and threats of closing the borders and things getting serious. So maybe about a week or two afterwards, after my guests left, that's when President at the time, Donald Trump, announced level 4 travel warning, come home now or we're staying abroad indefinitely. So I said, you know what? I've been visiting Ghana 4 or 5 years. I've made some great connections. My money is pretty situated.
After weighing his options, McCrory decided to stay in Ghana. This despite global predictions that the African continent would be the worst hit by the pandemic. New York City was suffering with the highest infection rates in America. Having pre-existing health issues, he felt Ghana was a safer place to be.
I'm asthmatic. I'm from New York City. That's not the ideal place to travel back to. And then ultimately, after praying to my father who just passed away, calling my mother, calling my friends in Ghana, and going over some things, I decided to stay. And it's been an amazing decision. I did the right thing.
Despite the global fears of the pandemic in Africa, he says Ghana's environment helped in maintaining his health and wellness.
And then started to work on my inner self. I had a lot of time to have reflection, getting everyday sun, relaxing. I have lived in Aburi Botanical Gardens for some time, and just being in nature every day, getting good sun every day. Ghana has slowed down too, so I was in tourist sites by myself. I was in Bati Falls. For those who've been to Bati Falls, I was there by myself, just me and a camera person, and a lot of spiritual and a reflection, which really has done me well.
Ghana reopened its airport to international travel in September 2020. Several Americans chose to return home, but McCrory didn't want to leave the freedom he felt as a black man in Ghana.
I've seen the increase in racism under Donald Trump, and I'm still hearing the empty promises from the Democrats even till today. Joe Biden, in my opinion, hasn't done anything for Black America yet. Being Black in America is just a very difficult thing to do, and you don't realize it until you're living in Africa, and in this case Ghana, long term, and then you start to just wake up every day as just being a man.
The African continent's lower COVID-19 infections and death rate has been attributed to quicker response, public support for action taken, favorable weather conditions, and a younger population. With experts warning Americans about a second wave with winter approaching, McCrory saw no reason to go back when Ghana's airport opened.
It was going into the winter months. Coronavirus was still heavy in the media out there. People were still basically on lockdown out there. And here I am living free in the sun, in Ghana, and being around, people who think like me, who look like me. I'm not dealing with the stress. I feel better every morning when I wake up. My worries weren't there. And it was like, go home. Go home to what?
McCrory has been in Ghana since March 2020. He has been doing work as a writer, sharing his story living in Africa, while pre-booking tours for 2022. He says he has no plans to return home.
I see myself definitely moving to another African country or two before I ever move back to the States. Never say never, but I don't see myself moving back to the States. I don't see it.
Reporting from Accra, Ghana, I'm Ivy Prosper for Atlanta Black Star.